You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof On Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof On Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Maybe not all right. Maybe we're not all right. Hold on. Maybe we're not all right. Did you hear the news? Nah. Did you hear the news? Nah. All right, now we're all right. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano, and it is Wednesday, the hump day, November 24th, 2021. What's up? What's up, East Coast? Yeah! How you guys doing? All right, everybody okay? You ready for the big holiday tomorrow? Me too. I can't wait. Time with family and friends of friends. Friends, glad you can make it here tonight. We're going to have a good show. Nah, we're going to have a great show. Nah, we're going to have an all right show. Yeah, it'll be all right. It'll be all right. William Bridges, what are you doing? You're starting off with just throwing money out the window? You're throwing that money to me? Hold on, I see something in the background. I got to get it out of here. It can't be in the picture. How is this possible? This is part of the room. That is the, it's still there. I can't get rid of this thing. It's 10 feet long. There we go. All right. That is the border that's going along this that I'm going to do this weekend. Yeah, thank you, William Bridges. Just taking the 5 bones and get it out of here. Give it to Goof On. Thank you very much for supporting the show. Tonight, William Bridges, I know. Let me throw this at you. There, gush. We'll give you that, and thank you very much. All right, it's just right at the start. It's right at the start. It's beautiful. and a continuing supporter of GoofOn. That's for sure. That is for sure, Mr. Bridges. I know it. They know it. And now everybody knows it. Let's move over a little bit. Let's get a little comfortable. How come I'm not centered? There we go. Got to put the big penis mic right in the middle of everything. Huh? The microphone. No, you didn't say that. Got plans for tomorrow? I got to play this video first. I'm going to start off the show with something about Thanksgiving, just to get you in the mood. That's all. I want you guys to have a nice, well, see what Thanksgiving's all about. What do you think Thanksgiving is about? Where did it come from? Who did it come by? How did it get here? Huh? It doesn't matter what I say anymore. It's all in Lue's hands now. Everything's falling apart. Check this out. Where does Thanksgiving come from? This clip is called Wokesgiving. And this student is stuffed of full propaganda. This is from Crowder Bits. Steve Crowder, everybody.
A racist history to Thanksgiving.
It's a genocidal holiday.
Thanksgiving. Lies.
I don't buy it. So we headed to UT Austin to see who would be willing to step up, sit down, and change my mind. First up, meet Elizabeth. What was your name?
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. Steven, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So, let me set this up I know you said you haven't seen the show.
I have not, no.
It's basically the setup. It's not meant to be a debate. It's meant to be a conversation where we rationalize our positions on controversial topics. Granted, this is a controversial topic. I'm sure that you've heard there's been a lot of noise about actually removing Thanksgiving from being recognized as a national holiday because people believe that it's a racist holiday.
Oh, my God. Are you serious? I haven't watched this yet. See? This is where the world's going. Lies. Why does everybody have to lie? Why does everybody have to lie? We'll come back to that. That's the point of today's show. Lue, I believe Lue knew this. Oh, my God. This is like the Anjali thing. She made what do you call it? An announcement. I was going to say a cry for help. Saying that I am speaking with aliens in a cave and I'm going to get you the evidence you need. We're going to get researchers, go back in December, and then when we're done with the research and analyze everything, we'll come back to you, the public, and tell you what we found publicly. And then I said immediately, hey, ain't never going to happen. You said it's never going to happen. It didn't happen. It won't happen because it can't. And now Lue said there's going to be an office, a permanent UAP office that's going to replace the UAPTF. And it's going to give us more transparency because annually, this office will have to disclose everything it found and learned to Congress. And then you and I would get to hear about it. Not. Well, now, Lue says, hold on, Nellie. Hold on. This office may not happen after all. Because there's people inside the government that don't want to be so transparent on the UAP UFO subject. Nah. Nah. Roll call, everybody. Coral Ann in the house. Moderator Coral Ann, welcome to the show. Shelly Michelle Morrison, welcome to the show. Panther, welcome to the show. Lee Guy, welcome to the show. Susie Komu. I coughed, I had to. It wasn't because of your name. Susie, welcome to the show. Brandon Smith, hey, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. IR Film, welcome back to the show. Welcome, welcome. Isaac Kenny, welcome to the show. I bet you a lot of people say Isaac Kennedy. I bet you, because I almost do it every time. That's why I know it happens. Felicia Flores, welcome to the show. Space Exposure, great name. Saw you come in earlier. Welcome to the show. Gigi Abby Lynn, welcome to the show. Dan Bob, welcome to the show. Samantha Morris, welcome to the show. Hey, Truth Seekers in the house. Welcome to the show. B. Baker, moderator, welcome to the show. Sir Wolf 67, welcome to the show. Sky Allen, welcome to the show. All right, let's get to. Hey, Walt, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. Black Lotus Productions. Are you ready to learn something today? Yeah, you won't. You could look it up. Everybody knows where to find this stuff. Wild Trees. Now I'm nervous. What is going on here? Black Lotus Production taking over the chat. Truth Seekers is here. I better be on tonight. I better not have my Biden voice kick in. Tacey Hale, welcome to the show. And AVFC 666s. I'm a little scared of you. Welcome to the show. I'm not. I love Satan. Marin Thompson. I don't love it that way. I just like that it's the opposite of God. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Marin Thompson, welcome to the show. And that girl, Jessica, welcome to the show. Stragglers, if I didn't see you. Mikey Geometry, I got to say hi to you. And Caleb Benjamin, hello. That's it. No more roll call. So, hey, if I didn't say your name, get here earlier. No, it wouldn't matter. I could still miss you because it's hit and miss anyway. But welcome to the show. It's just fluff. Right, Easy Beast 144, welcome to the show, yo. Robert Morgan, if I didn't say hi, I'm afraid what would happen. Welcome to the show. That's only between you and me. Is it? I don't even know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Yesterday, didn't you say I always miss you in the roll call or something like that? It's not on purpose. It's just the law of averages. So, tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Welcome to the show. And, yeah, there's going to be a show because I'm not going to be at the folks' house. Well, not the folks', but another house of the family. And I don't think I'm going to be there till, past 7 o'clock. So if I come back here, it doesn't matter. There's a show tomorrow is what I'm trying to say. So if you want to have a Thanksgiving show, maybe there won't be. I'm not even joking. There may not be a show tomorrow. And I'll announce it if I have to, and you'll find out during the day. But just count on one, but don't. It makes sense. Makes perfect sense. Got the Christmas tree behind me? That's right. It's Charlie Brown Christmas over here. I like that Charlie Brown Christmas. So I want to get back to Thanksgiving real quick before we get into Lue, Mellon, and the boys creating this fear. I mean, come on. You want to talk about it now? All right, we'll talk about it now. We'll get back to Thanksgiving later. I don't care. You think I give a shh? Don't say it. I don't really care. All right, so now I got to pull it up. See, this is what you made me do. I've got some Mick West stuff that we're going to talk about soon. Of course, tweets of the day from UFO Twitter, because that's where the truth lies. Get it? Lies? You guys, come on. That was good. All right, here's one of the Lue comments. Let's see. Let me get the other one here. Yeah, let's just go to his Twitter account, Rich. Oh, yeah, here it is. That's what I was going to do. Yeah, I was going to show you, but I need to read this. So just know that this is on Lue's Twitter account if you want to go. Oh, see, look how dark I got. Yeah, I can't have that. I was supposed to have the other camera up, the DSLR, and I forgot again. It's 2 days in a row I was supposed to have the DSLR camera live. All right, now I got to move everything. See, this is what's killing me about this light. I think I know what I'm going to do. Screw it. Hold on. It's going to be a little bright. We'll put that light on, the spotlight on me. Let's see if this works. I haven't checked it out yet. Let's see if the spotlight works. No, every time I look at myself, I'm going to see that. I have to go on to the show. What are you doing, Dick? What are you doing, Rich? Where's Lue? There's Lue. So let me see what I look like. What are you doing, Dick? All right, that's a little dark, but we'll keep it there for now. It's a little darker than I want it to be. But Lue says, important update. Guys, I'm telling you, he says, before anyone gets too excited about the recent Pentagon announcement of a new UAP group called Astro, please consider the following. USDI is precisely the same organization that has underplayed and tried to kill the UAP effort for years. Well, I'm going to tell you what I replied. I said, never excited when you say something big is coming unless it's a meatball sub from Guido's restaurant heading your way. Huh? I did. I've put that in there. I'm just done with this guy. Come on. Is this your out? You know, in case the permanent UAP office doesn't come through? You said it's going to happen in 2022 and now it may not. The UAP threat is you. Ooh! Oh! Oh, that's gotta hurt. That was a real tweet from me. Think I kid around? You can go right over there and check it out. Here it is. I'll show you. I don't care. There it is. I know. Can you see it? It's right here. Yep. And people, I always see people making comments, you know, on the side about what I said. They don't ever comment here, right? Because I'm an asshole. So, you know, I'm not part, as truth seekers would say, of the club. I'm not a part of their club. And I don't want to be. And I love that. It's perfect. I'm stealing it, using it. Because that's the truth. Why are we on this one? There you go. So that's what I said. Now, let's go a little further down. Am I on Lue's? Yeah, why is it weird? Hold on. That is Lue, right. Okay, so let's go to his next comment. I separated them all, and then I said, oh, I'll just go to his... Oh, my God. They're not here. He removed them? That can't be. Let me try some. Hold on. Oh, my God. Where are all his tweets that he just put out about this office? Oh, well, here's some replies. I guess this is from Celia Dawn, who says, I guess going from total denial to transparency will take some time. They've had 70 friggin' years, lady. All your efforts may someday affect real change, although it may take a UAP landing on the White House front lawn to get honesty from the government. Again, thank you for all you do. She just said, hope you can get something, you know, that it may take a UAP landing on the White House lawn. Hey, Lue, do whatever you can. It ain't going to matter. It's going to take a UFO landing on the White House lawn is what you just talked down to your own dude. In the same sentence. I love these people. Sean Cahill, the genius. Well, I've tried not to accentuate the negative. It is apparent there are serious efforts in the U.S. government bureaucracy to stifle ongoing transparency. Duh. We've been saying that from day one. Not all entering the stream have benevolent intentions. It's imperative to maintain balance and judgment. Contact your reps. First of all, genius. That's right. Turn on the lights. First of all, this is intentional. You don't mean that Lue, Chris, even this guy, all the others didn't realize that the government may have some pushback on this permanent office? Like it's a surprise. It's all part of the fear-mongering to get you behind them. They're going to take our office away. Oh, no. Ma! Many meatballs! They're going to take it away. I need my comfort food. They're going to take it away. Call your rep. Call your congressperson. Hurry. But do it now. No. I've done it. It doesn't work. My reps didn't call me back in Arizona, moved to Florida. My reps didn't call me back in Florida either. And I thought they were part of, you know, what I believe in. But not when it comes to UAPs. You can't leave a message about UAPs. Oh, I just realized. I'm going to call back and I'm going to do it. Not tomorrow, Friday. Oh, they're gone. So whenever I can, I'm going to lie and say it's about, I don't know, about starting a riot somewhere, you know, who knows? They'll get back on that one for sure and say where and when. So, turn the microphone there. So anyway, it's fear-mongering, right? Doesn't it make sense? They're right at the deadline. They're going to pull the plug on it? Like they couldn't foresee that coming. Of course, nobody's pulling the plug on anything. There's going to be a UAP office. Just keep your panties in a bunch. What? Oh, meatballs. Wow. Holy crap. Ma! Shovel! It's a lot of balls. They got a lot of balls playing this game with you. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Matter of fact, it's weak. It's weak to have to play the game like that. But Rich, it isn't a game. Seriously, the USDI or whatever it's called, isn't it? The USDI? They're going to come down hard and make it very difficult. They don't want this. No, they don't. Oh, no, they don't. Just for, I don't know, the last million days you've been saying it's coming, it's coming. No, I have to give Lue credit. He said nothing's done until it's done. He did say that. Always with the out. You got to have an out when you play this game. So he gave the out, and here it is. Now he's playing his cards. He knew what he was doing. You have to do it this way. As I think this is from, the USD Intelligence and Security. All right, here it is. From D. Dean Johnson. As Congress debates, memo by Pentagon number 2, says USD for Intelligence and Security will lead new Airborne Object Identification and Management Synchronization Group. Whew. That is AOI-MSG. To assess UAP within special use airspace. Commentary later. And then there's the memorandum for senior Pentagon leadership, commanders of the Combat Command's Defense Agency and field activity directors. Subject: the establishment of Airborne Object Identification and Management Synchronization Group. The presence of unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP, in special use airspace, designated in accordance with 14 CFR Part 73, represents a potential safety of flight risk to air crews and raises potential national security concerns. Accordingly, what that means is they want to make sure nobody flies in the no-fly zone. Accordingly, I direct the Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence and Security, the USDI, to establish the Airborne Object Identification and Management Synchronization Group, the AOI-MSG, to synchronize efforts across the department and with other federal departments and agencies to detect, identify, and attribute objects of interests in SUA, and to assess and to appropriate, mitigate, and associated threats to safety of flight and national security. To provide oversight and direction to the AOI-MSG, I established the Airborne Object Identification and Management Executive Council, which is the AOI-MEXEC. The USDI will be the lead DoD official responsible for management of this process, will co-chair the AOI-MEXEC, along with the Director of Operations, Joint Staff, and will invite principal-level participation from the Office of the Director of National Intelligence. Resourcing for this requirement will be addressed in the program budget review process, which is going to be happening. That's why we're not out of the woods yet. That's November 23rd, 2021. It was yesterday. That was from the Deputy Secretary of Defense. You say all these letters. You know how hard that was for a guy like me? A genius that said this office is going to happen. Your mother's mother. That's your grandmother. You watch your mouth. Ma, shovel. The director, AOI-MSG, hereafter referred to as the Director, will synchronize the activities among the Office of the Secretary of Defense and DoD components and with other U.S. government departments and agencies to minimize safety of flight and national security concerns associated with UAP or other airborne objects in SUA. So, yeah, all right. Big whoop. Big whoop. So, tell me something I don't know. Well, Rich, calm down. I'm calm. Don't tell me to calm down, you. You better calm down. I'm going to have to pull up the everything I saved. Kelly Meyer, UFO UAP followers, tweeted, I know I haven't been on the beat as much as I could be lately. I cover a lot of ground here in D.C., but what do you think about this new group DOD is launching to investigate reports? Oh my God, you're a little late there, sister! I mean, really? What do you guys think about this new office? You're like a year old. Jackhole. So, yeah. So they had a press release from Kathleen Hicks announcing the establishment of a replacement for the U.S. Navy's Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force, the UAPTF. So the new one, the replacement, and not Astro anymore. It's the Airborne Object Identification and Management Synchronization Group, the OIMSG, the AOIMSG, the OIMSG. Great. Loved Astro. Well, this is all coming at a time when, and I'm reading, when Senator Kristen Gillibrand has put forward an amendment known as the Gillibrand-Rubio Amendment within the National Defense Authorization Act, the NDAA, which would establish an alternative replacement for the UAPTF named the Anomaly Surveillance Tracking and Resolution Office. Huh? Wait, didn't she just say? All right, now I'm a little confused. Am I just skipping around? I made a mistake? The amendment, which has bipartisan support, would require the Secretary of Defense, Hicks's boss, and Haynes to establish an office with a component of the DoD or a joint organization of the DoD and Office of the Director of National Intelligence. This is in contrast to AOIMSG, which would give responsibility to the USDI, perhaps downgrading the UAP issue in terms of priority. Okay. All right. So the AOIMSG wants to give responsibility to the USDI, who are not very transparent. So they want to give them control of everything, which would downgrade the terms of priority if a UAP issue had come around. If something was a threat, a real threat, they probably wouldn't want to say, hey, everybody, we found a threat. No, they're going to hide that for a while, and I think that's okay. That kind of stuff, I think, should be put to the side until they can figure out what it is. Well, what if they already knew what it was when that object came here, and maybe they already knew about it? Well, that's a different story. If they already knew about it, that means they've already been lying about it, which is what I believe. So if that's the case, are they responsible to tell you and I, the public, what the threat is before the threat, well, takes place? You would want to say yes, but even they don't know what they're in for, right? Those UAPs could be coming in peace, but they could have, and I was just about to say, the most devastating weapons ever known to mankind. Women, too. You know what I mean. The AOIMSG has been established within the Office of the Under-Secretary of Defense for Intelligence and Secretary Office. The role of the USDI office has been met with scorn by UAP transparency proponents such as Lue Elizondo, the director of ATIP, supposedly, and Christopher Mellon, former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense. Elizondo, who previously served with the USDI office before resigning in protest at how the UAP topic was handled, commented, given that the elements still exist in the Pentagon who are actively underplaying the significance of this topic, this is akin to giving an alcoholic the key and control to the liquor cabinet. Ouch! Ouch! Wow. Like how could he not have warned us that this might happen, right? All along he was cryptic, saying, hey, it's not done until it's done. Capiche? He capished us. He really did. I saw it. I heard it. Elizondo capished everybody here. It's true. But You know, it's amazing what was happening today on Twitter. So I want to pull this up. Rich, you're hitting wrong buttons. Shut up. Shut up, me. All right, where is it? I can't believe this. Here's the next one. He says, if you want to maintain UAP UFO secrecy, this is exactly how to do it. And then he says, this is a direct and blatant attempt. Oh, no, excuse me. Everything's out of context here. He says, if you want to maintain UAP and UFO secrecy, this is how you do it, the way I was just saying about the USDI not wanting to play ball. He says, this is a direct and blatant attempt to circumvent and undermine the Senate. Gillibrand, Rubio, Gallego, Martin Heinrich, Tim Burchett, and others. Okay. So, we figured this would happen, though, right? We did. We figured it would happen. Here, Ross Coulthard says, he says, U.S. Department of Defense establishes unpronounceable acronym to investigate UAPs. AOIMSG will synchronize detection, identification of objects of interests in special use airspace, SUA, and assess threats to safety of flight and national security. He didn't say anything. Sean Cahill, who we all know. While I've tried not to accentuate the negative, it is apparent there are serious efforts in the U.S. I already read that. That was him too? What are they, copy and pasting everything? Not all entering the stream have benevolent intentions. Yeah, but we have to worry about the ones that do. I don't understand these people. Do these people not see through the veil of what? Okay, so one, how could they not have predicted this, right? They had to have known there was going to be pushback. This is real easy, whatever your name is there. It's Christopher. Christopher, right? Christopher. Lue, are you ever going to get my name right? Who said that? Yeah. Lue says before anyone gets too excited, you got us excited. That was the point, right? That was Lue's point. USDI is precisely the same organization that has underplayed and tried to kill the UAP effort for years, he says. So you couldn't have warned us that they might push back on this guy, huh? No? Didn't even think about it. Well, I was trying to... Shut up. Unbelievable. It really is. It's cute. But that's okay, guys. The office will go through. They just need more public... They need us to call. We got to call. Get on your phones. It's like a telethon. Why don't they just have the Lue Elizondo telethon? Elizondo Mellon. Just call it the Lemon. Lue and Mellon. It's the Lemon. Call the Lemon. 1-888-YOU-SUCK. That's 1-888-YOU-SUCK. Call now, kids, because we're going to lie to you right on the phone. Call in and meet Lue. Hi, this is Lue. I am not going to help you today. Who's this? My name is, excuse me, Jeremy Corbell. Jeremy, I'm right here. Just talk to me. They work at the same. It's just crazy. That's all this is. It's just a way to get us a little bit nervous. Don't forget, call in 1-888-YOU-SUCK. Because as a public person, I feel like I suck when these guys talk to me. Hey, we're going to bring you this and we're going to bring you that. But guess what? You're not going to get that or this. How about anything? Can we get anything? Nope, not even anything. This, that, or anything. You're not going to get anything. Yeah. Yeah, I just said that. Right, and you were right to say it. Huh? Huh? I mean, that's what I feel like. I'm living in a world of like, look this way, I'm going to do this. Well, I just told you everything's going good. It may not happen, but it probably will. 70-30, maybe even 80-20, that this permanent office is going to, wait, now it's 50-50? We may not get the office. It's 30-70. Holy crap, 10-90? We're not getting the office. I give up. No, I don't. I don't give up. No, I do. Well, you may, but I'm not. I'm not giving up. Christopher Mellon said, I wanted to share a letter I sent to Representative Ruben Gallego today regarding the critical deliberations underway between the House and Senate Armed Services Committee regarding UAP legislation. Yeah, now they're sharing emails and all this stuff. It's beautiful. It's an open letter or something like that. Dear Representative Gallego, I'm writing as an admirer and supporter who deeply shares your concerns about the UAP issue. In 2017, I was shocked to learn that U.S. Navy pilots have been encountering UAP in restricted airspace on a regular basis, and nobody was reporting it, much less doing anything about it. Senior DOD and intelligence officials, Congress, and the American public were all totally unaware. Like, we're going to be aware. I therefore worked with Lue Elizondo, you've heard of him, of the USDI staff to try to get this extraordinary information to Secretary Mattis. We knew that almost anyone below that level would likely shut the issue aside or shove the issue aside and quash if we revealed it to them. Quash, that's what he wrote, Quash. After a number of months, we realized we're not going to be able to inform Secretary Mattis. After some deliberation, we decided this was simply too important to ignore. Lue resigned from the OSD in protest, and shortly thereafter, I delivered 2 authentic but classified DoD UAP videos to the New York Times. Another video I provided later accompanied an op-ed I wrote for, it was on UAP for the Washington Post. Since that time, Lue and I have done a History Channel TV docuseries, 60 minutes, and innumerable interviews to help raise awareness. I was therefore thrilled when I heard you had offered an amendment to establish a permanent DoD focal point for the UAP issue. My excitement grew further when I read the Gillibrand Amendment. As a former SACC, SSCI, and OSD staffer, and one of the 2 people most responsible for altering Congress, I hope that you will consider the following observations. 1. There is no contradiction between your bill's language and Senator Gillibrand's amendment. The Gillibrand Amendment leaves it to the administration to decide where this new capability will reside. 2. Regardless of the new office location, many Gillibrand Amendment provisions are critical if we need to make headway understanding this phenomenon. Anyway, it goes on, giving good things, bad things, but it directs the UAP task force or its successor to examine closely related technical issues such as non-combustion, propulsion, and the physical effects that can result from close proximity exposure to UAP. These efforts can contribute substantially to our understanding of the phenomenon. We know all this. Conclusion. As a former OSD staffer myself, I'm shocked that the Department Secretary Defense would assign the UAP function to an oversight staff with no UAP funding, line authority, contracting, command, or technical capabilities. Indeed, the inability of USDI to engage effectively on the UAP issue is why so little has changed or been accomplished since 2004. However, it's a great opportunity for you to lead to incorporate the best of Gillibrand Amendment and gather the Senate behind you with legislation that can ensure genuine progress and possibly an enormous breakthrough in the months and years ahead. Really? Why didn't you just, walk up to the person and just lick their boots? I know you got to do whatever it is you got to do, but boot licking is a must. That was ineffective to me. Hey, you're going to look good if you let this go through. Like, they give a shit about looking good. Hey, if you help us, we'll help you, but you got no funding. We'll still help you. So what's in it for them? Since they're the ones that don't want to have UAPs in the public, like, I guess, Mellon and Elizondo want to have, which is not even part of it. They don't want, what have they done? Mellon and Elizondo anyway, giving us 3 blurry, fuzzy FLIR footage of nothingness. They gave us nothing. We got nothing, and we're going to live with nothing. Just take my word for it. Let them have the office inside that DOD office and inside the Pentagon bullcrap. What is it, AOI, MSG, and Astro? So AOI, MSG overlooks ASTRO, which is in the office of the DOD, which is supposed to overlook. And then the Pentagon, it's all... Everybody's got to see what everybody else is doing, because whatever somebody else is doing is their business. And that's the problem we have. Everybody wants to get into everybody's business, especially if it has to do with national security. I understand that. I understand they want an overlooked department. I get it. Fine. But I don't like the way it's been projected to us, is what this is all about. I don't like the way Lue said, hey, you know what? Looks like the office is coming. We're working hard behind the scenes. And then they say, hey, wait. We just got this announcement today. We're working hard, I promise you. There might be a little pushback, so can you call your representative for us? Oh, my God. You know, because it shows public awareness and public concerns about what's transparent in the government. We pay them to keep secrets. Why am I yelling? I don't got a frog in my throat. Nope. Coughed it out. Anyway, I digest. I know it's digress. You don't have to email me. You know, you said digest. You know it's digress, right? I know. That was so funny. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. Any more? If I say, I mean, I could read more stuff, but it's all the same. It's nothing big. It's just a play. It's just a joke to them. Everything's a joke. They're just trying to get public awareness. That's all it is. Why not ask? Yeah, just ask. Well, if we ask, then you're aware of it and you have a prepared answer. But if we do it this way, it doesn't seem so prepared. It seems like, oh, I don't know, natural, you know? And this way we get a real reaction from you people. No, you get an angry reaction from people who know what's going on. Just tell us. I gotta play this game. I wrote a letter, they wrote a letter, they made an announcement, I said something. Yeah, you're working real hard at ruining everything. It's all because of China. Even I gotta laugh at that. It's gotta be about China's, it's all disinformation. That's all it is. And the beautiful thing about having a permanent office inside the Pentagon, where the DOD is because now we will have official, documented relations with our allies. And that's what we want. We want to know what our allies know, because we want to know who's got this fantastic technology. Oh, it's us? We have it? Lue's like, we have it. No. We don't have it. And 6 months later, we might have it. I love Lue. If Lue's speaking, Lue's lying. And he don't even know it. He's just reading off the script. That's what I think is happening. He's a script reader, an actor. Somebody who knows nothing about everything in the UAP world. Really, where did this guy come from? A-tip? Really? Hard to prove, I think, right? Isn't it hard to prove? Isn't there a little bit of a controversy on what he did over there? Huh? Oh, the Pentagon did that. They tried to discredit him after he left them and said a bunch of shit. That's what you get when you work for the government. What'd you think? They weren't going to erase your identity, Lue? Come on. Lue knew. He should have said it. That's how you know it's scripted. Because once Lue left A-tip, he should have said, look, don't be surprised if... And, he should have documented all that shit. Well, I'd be going against my NDA. I could go to jail. Yeah, right. Yeah. Right. I don't want to risk it. I'm a family man. Right. You could have said it, though. You see, all this stuff Luke could have been prepared for. Right? Could have told us, hey, this might happen, this might happen, this might happen. They might try, they might erase the places I've worked, the places I went to school, what I did in the Army. Right? And what happened when his emails disappeared? Oh, I don't know where they went. Well, you should have saved a couple. Yeah, that's how you know it's all bullshit. Because everything Lue is putting out there should have been talked about. Yeah, and I'm not saying this that he should have been psychic and have been able to see the future. This has been going on for decades. So don't say, I couldn't have predicted what could have happened. Really? Just like they couldn't have predicted 2 planes hitting the trade centers? Come on. Who are you talking to? Who the hell are you talking to, dude? Well, I tell you, Lee Guy, for that $2 super chat, if the Tic Tac was Lue's suppository, he's been using them for decades. I believe it's right. Was there a red dot in the center of it too? Lee Guy, a continuing supporter of Goofon with a $2 super chat. Mucho gusto generoso, Mr. Continuoso. Here, I'll take that from you. Yep. $2 super chat. If you want to help support Goofon, you can do so through PayPal, the Cash App, become a Patreon or patron, whatever the frig you call it. What else? Oh, it's super chats and super stickers, just as Lee Guy did. Thanks, Lee. Thanks, everybody. Mucho gusto, generoso. Yeah, no planes hit the towers. It was chi. Oh, it was ch. Oh, I got it. China. Hey, Ms. DJ, welcome to the show. So, this is a lie within a lie within something somewhat truthful. And Lue could have predicted everything that has gone against him at this point. I agree, Lue knew. Lue knew. If Lue didn't know, then he's not good at his job. We knew. Yeah, and then they say, and this is what I love about everything. It's up to you, the public, to call your representative. And they got all their friends saying this shit. Cahill's like, if you got to call your representative, call your... I called. They don't answer. They don't even get back. You know, with the message. It's all lies. And what if I'm wrong? Hey, I tell you what. I may be wrong about some things here. Let's just say I am. Okay? The results are going to be the same. No matter what you say. Because we're still not going to get any evidence that's good enough to say, oh, my God, that is an alien spacecraft. Or, oh, my God, that's an alien. Oh, my God, that's alien technology. That's amazing. No. It's all going to be mom and pop stuff. We were in the barbecue. We were in the barbecue. And then a UAP came and took us out. My feet were burned. It's not going to be anything public. So forget mom and pop making Thanksgiving turkey on the barbecue. It's a turkey queue. Right? Forget about mom and pop. Forget about Natural Joe Citizen. Forget about the illegal aliens that are crossing the border at $200,000 a month. What? Forget about that stuff. Sometimes political stuff just leaks out of me and I can't hold it all in. But this is the part of ufology that's political. And people say all the time, oh, it's not political. UAPs, UFOs, it is not a political, no, it is. In every sense of the word, political, right? And civilianized, it's social. It's everything. That's why this topic is so vexing. Yeah, I always wanted to use that word. Never felt right. Even there, it didn't feel right. But the announcement that we've been told might happen before Thanksgiving or up to Thanksgiving, well, there may have been many announcements happening throughout the last 6 weeks when that rumor started circulating around the field. That what is this announcement that's going to happen? We were one of the first people to say it. First channels to say that and then a couple of days later, we see Leslie Kean tweeting that her and Lue and Christopher Mellon are working really hard behind the scenes. Although it may seem quiet, we're working hard. Then Lue, a few days later, maybe a week later, says, hey folks, I had some health issues. Don't assume anything, but we're working hard behind the scenes, even though it's quiet. All quiet on the home front, he says, something like that, right? Lue was using one of his military quotes. We will not shoot until we see the whites of their Tic Tacs. Over Bunker Hill, though. Don't shoot until you see the whites of their Tic Tacs. That's right. That is a t-shirt in the making. You can use it, but give Goofon credit. All right, enough said. We understand. We got it. We'll keep you up to date in case anything new comes down the loo. Nah. That wasn't bad. Let's continue where we left off now. What's this feeling? I don't like this. Why is this happening? What is that? Don't do it. Whoa. Why do you have to do that? I was already changing topics. I didn't need to go through the tunnel. Bastards. Is Thanksgiving racist? Shh. Let's continue with Crowder Classics. This is a Crowder bit. Steven Crowder. Thanksgiving, or Wokesgiving. This student is stuffed full of propaganda. Is Thanksgiving racist? I bring you Steven Crowder, continuing from where we left off.
Rooted in racism, colonialism. I don't agree. I don't think it's a racist holiday. I think it's possibly the most inclusive holiday that we have in the United States. I think it's a wonderful holiday. Has done me good, will do me good. God bless it. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Before we go to you changing my mind, what are you most thankful for?
I'm thankful I get to go home next week. I haven't been home in 3 months. So.
I thought you were saying get to go home and leave here. I'm like, well, we just started.
No, it's been a week. I live right outside of DC, so I haven't been.
Oh, okay.
I haven't been home in about 3 months.
That'll be nice.
Unfortunate.
You get a kind of a blast of winter, and then you get to come back.
Yeah, exactly. It's even though sometimes here it's been a little colder than it's been up north. So I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see.
So you are more than welcome to express to me what you disagree with and change my mind.
Sure. So I think that there's a difference between the origins of Thanksgiving, or the origins of the country, and the Thanksgiving that we celebrate now.
Okay.
So what I was overhearing, it was kind of hard to hear, but is you believe there's a lot of things to be thankful for, being able to live in this country when many people are unfortunately live in countries that have terrorism and where women are not allowed to have specific rights, or where specific groups are terrorized. And so obviously I'm very thankful to live in this country because we have so many rights and we have so many freedoms. But I think that there's a difference between recognizing the foundations of how Thanksgiving started and being able to say, I'm thankful that we live here. However, our origins were in many ways very based on European and white supremacy, and based on the ideas that we came to what was, I guess, the New World, and now is the modern United States. And we basically said, and not necessarily on the day of Thanksgiving, this was not our intentions, but because the day of Thanksgiving in many ways, for a lot of people was going to be saying, well, we were able to break bread with the Indians and or the Native Americans, and we were able to say, listen, we
you
respect
caught that. The last guy said Indian, and I was like, I don't have to bleep this. Go ahead.
So sorry, Native Americans. I should, because it's not. That's obviously a pretty controversial term. But
whatever.
Well, but some Native Americans refer to themselves as Indians, so it's kind of
yes, they do.
So that's kind.
They assume that Thanksgiving. Does anybody really know the origins of Thanksgiving? Seriously, do you know the origins? How it happened? Here, let's pull it up. Seriously. The origins of Thanksgiving, it's because of aliens. The white man. Right? We were the aliens. And hey, I'm not really Yeah, well, Thanksgiving is a federal holiday in the United States celebrated on the fourth Thursday of November. Sometimes it's called American Thanksgiving to distinguish it from the Canadian holiday of the same name and related celebrations over there. It originated as a harvest festival and the centerpiece of Thanksgiving celebrations. What? And the centerpiece of Thanksgiving celebrations remains Thanksgiving dinner. The dinner traditionally consists of foods and dishes indigenous, I can't read anymore, to the Americans, namely turkey, potatoes, usually mashed, stuffing, squash, corn, pumpkin pie, and all that stuff. Other Thanksgiving customs include charitable organizations offering Thanksgiving dinner for the poor, attending religious services, watching parades, and viewing football games. In American culture, Thanksgiving is regarded as the beginning of the fall-winter holiday season, which includes Christmas and the New Year. New England and Virginia colonists originally celebrated days of Thanksgiving, thanking God for blessings such as harvests, ship landings, military victories, or the end of a drought. The event that Americans commonly called the first Thanksgiving was celebrated by the Pilgrims after their first harvest in the New World in October 1621. This feast lasted 3 days and was attended by 90 Wampanoag and 53 pilgrims. Less widely known is an earlier Thanksgiving celebration in Virginia in 1619 by English settlers who had just landed at Berkeley Hundred aboard and the ship Margaret. Now, Thanksgiving has been celebrated nationally on and off since 1789 with the proclamation by President George Washington after a request by Congress. President Thomas Jefferson chose not to observe the holiday, and its celebration was intermittent until President Abraham Lincoln in 1863 proclaimed a national day of thanksgiving and praise to our benefit Father who dwelleth in the heavens, calling on the American people to also, with humble penitence for our national perseverance. Man, I can't speak. What is that? Perverseness. Holy crap. With humble penitence for our national perverseness and disobedience, fervently implore the interposition of the Almighty to heal the wounds of the nation. Lincoln declared it for the last Thursday in November on June 28, 1870. President Ulysses S. Grant signed into law the Holiday Act that made Thanksgiving a yearly appointed federal holiday in Washington, D.C. on January 6, 1885, by Act of Congress, made Thanksgiving and other federal holidays a paid holiday for all federal workers throughout the United States. Under President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the date was moved to 1 week earlier, observed between 1939 and 41, amid significant controversy. And from 1942 onwards, Thanksgiving by Act of Congress, signed into law by FDR, received a permanent observation date, the one we see now. So there you go. It was basically in observance of the Pilgrims' first harvest. But yet, one half of the nation, if not about, hey, I don't want to listen to her anymore, we got it. Wait, it's only her? I thought there was two. Oh, brother. All right, let's listen a little more.
Kind of one of those things, I'm just going to use the term Native American just because I don't want to be.
Sure.
Yeah, but we were able to have this peaceful, dinner with them and basically say, listen, we're here, you guys are here, we'll be here together peacefully. But after that, that's not really what happened in the United States. I mean, when you think about Mexican annexation and when you think about the Native Americans who lived here and were pushed back into Mexico, when you think about the Alamo in San Antonio, that's a big thing. Is even at the Alamo, they play some kind of video that basically says, these noble Texans, and in reality, the Mexicans at the time who lived in what was Mexico and is now Texas, and the bottom part of the United States.
For whom the bell tolls, dumb marches on. I thought this was how why we have Thanksgiving. I didn't think we were going to be talking about the Alamo. How does Crowder not laugh, just burst out with a spit take with nothing in his mouth?
They let the
I understand
Texans
what she's saying, but really?
live. They let Americans come and live in the United States. Or in Mexico, sorry. I'm a little scrambling my words. But they were the ones who were letting people come and live here, and they were saying, listen, we're not going to be peaceful. We're actually here because we actually want you to come here because we do not want the imperial family in the more southern parts of Mexico wanted to make sure that other countries didn't come and take away the northern parts of Mexico, and that's why they asked people from the colonies to come and live in that northern part of Mexico. But when it
is that real?
They seceded from Mexico, and basically we immediately started acting with terror. You know, the Texas Rangers, who were incredibly racist and killed and hung Mexicans. We have a lot of
for illegally crossing the border. Oh, is this? What year is this?
We have, Christopher Columbus. That's another pretty controversial. Like Columbus Day is a pretty.
Yeah, Columbus. Yeah. He was keeping those Mexicans out of the U.S. My God, what a racist prick Columbus was. He thought he discovered India, by the way, right? Oh, this America. Oh, I can't not read. Oh wait, that's not Christopher Columbus. I mean, where are we? Why are we talking about Mexico with Thanksgiving? Is it because we were trying to keep the Mexicans out of the U.S. and nobody ever talked about it? In 1940? Am I wrong? Is there something wrong with me that I don't get this? Okay. Okay, thank you, Dorothy. I'm going to check that now. Listen to another minute while I get that ready. Thank you, Dorothy.
On Indigenous Peoples Day.
Exactly. So
another, you said Indian, Native American. It's Indigenous Peoples Day.
Exactly. So
Canada's First Nations. You're never going to get it right.
Well, I'll try, but I do understand. Yeah. So there's a lot of controversy over Columbus, and that's because when Columbus came here, first of all, he thought that this is where we get this term Indians from, because he thought that he had reached India. He had very much not. But he had treated the people with this air of European supremacy, because he, immediately went and raped women. He, killed people, and it was all this very big terror that obviously, this is different from the Pilgrims, who you are dressed up as, but it basically shows that a lot of these countries found.
Dorothy, I don't see it. I have the one about StreamYard, and oh yeah, UFO Jesus. I need to play that, which I have, but I didn't get it ready. And then Jimmy Hoffa, but I don't see the other one about Thanksgiving. Not yet. And I've been refreshing the page. So, am I missing something? Am I missing it? Yeah, this is pretty unbelievable.
Is based on and
definitely is annoying, and she's rambling. I want to hear what Stephen has to say.
Get to keep that into my brain, to have that into my knowledge station.
It's true.
Yeah.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but that is one thing that actually I think Hillary Clinton publicly apologized for, that we knowingly infected. I believe it was Guatemalans with STDs.
Yeah, and Guatemala, I've actually
which is horrible, wrong.
Oh, it's awful.
I want to make sure I'm very clear. Not
go
STDs. I'm just tacking it onto it, and then I'll say something I'm sure afterwards you'll be horribly offended by. But I want you to continue.
I don't think your wife would be happy if you were pro STDs.
No.
So yeah.
No.
But I definitely think I've been to Guatemala a few times.
Okay, I'm seriously. I just want to hear what Crowder has to say to her.
Where the early Pilgrims, with the account that we have in history and Confederacy of the Union, black, white. He said, you know what, we need a 63 after this.
Come on.
This holiday. It was a week of feasting. I was saying was specifically Thanksgiving is a specific day. You're talking about 1621. You could say a week. It was a week of feasting.
Sure.
In 1621, and then it became a federally recognized holiday by Abraham Lincoln in, I believe it was 1863, after the Civil War. Mm-hmm. And this was after the Emancipation Proclamation, and he said, you know what, we need a holiday to unify Americans, black, white, South, the Confederacy of the Union. Let's look back to this account that we have in history in 1621, where the early Pilgrims with I always get the name wrong.
Yeah, I think that's the best pronunciation.
Those are the tribes that they came to when they came to an abandoned
the word
village that
I
had been
couldn't
left
speak.
by the French at that point. It was a day in 1621 where they feasted with them. So it's a specific time that's recognized as a holiday for Thanksgiving because it was precisely about the old world and new world, bridging that divide and breaking bread together. And that was also symbolic of what happened after the Emancipation Proclamation.
Oh, that's right. I forgot to say that it did have to do with breaking bread with the first harvest, to share that first harvest with the indigenous. Right. See, that's why I needed help. Hey, it's not easy being me. I've only been doing Thanksgiving for 53 years. You know what I thought Thanksgiving was? And I don't care if I sound stupid. Here's what I thought it was. Until recently, today. No, that's not true. I always thought Thanksgiving was the very first meal, the very first dinner with the indigenous people when the Pilgrims came over, 1492. Is that when they landed on the Plymouth? That's what I thought it was. Not far off. Isn't that what you thought it was? Get together with all the family and friends, indigenous people around in the city. You know, they got the big city there. You know, everything that was everything that was by the big tree was known as downtown. Yeah. All right, here we go. So this is from Dorothy, and this is an excerpt from the Smithsonian Magazine on what Thanksgiving is. Most poignantly, using a shared dinner as a symbol for colonization really has it backward. No question about it. Wampanoag leader Osamoquin, however you say it, reached out to the English at Plymouth, hey, I said that, and wanted an alliance with them. But it's not because he was innately friendly. It's because his people have been decimated by an epidemic disease. And Osamoquin sees the English as an opportunity to fend off his tribal rebels. That's not the stuff of Thanksgiving pageants. The Thanksgiving myth doesn't address the deterioration of this relationship culminating in one of the most horrific colonial Indian wars on record, King Philip's War, and also doesn't address Wampanoag survival and adaptation over the centuries, which is why they're still here, despite the odds. Holy shnikey! So it was all a ruse? You mean I was lied to again? It never ends. It never ends. The history books have so many things wrong. Growing up as an American, I know now most everything I learned except for math and English was a lie. Social studies was a lie. Government was a lie, because we had to take a government class when I went to school. I don't know about you, but it was required. And I loved it. But it was the end of the day. I hated that. I was tired. It was sleepy time for Richie at 1:15. So, interesting. Thank you for that, Dorothy. It's amazing how much BS is in our history. It makes me sad. It does. It makes me extremely sad. Do we want to hear any more of this?
Proclamation the country was at war. That's why it's designed to be as inclusive as possible. Any religion, race, gender, the whole point of Thanksgiving is to give thanks for what it is that you do have. And it's important to remember too that there
So even Crowder doesn't know. He doesn't even know how Thanksgiving started, right? I wish I had this pilgrim outfit or a turkey outfit for tomorrow's show. Then you'd see a guaranteed show. I'd have to do it. We'll see. Maybe I'll find something at somebody's house. Maybe they have a costume sitting around. Maybe. All right. Are we done? Thanksgiving? All right. There's no more we can say. So we know now that Lue is pretty much talking out his ashiness, his asshole. But he isn't. He is, but he isn't. I don't like the delivery system. I don't like how the message is being thrown at us. Lue should have been able to recognize all this stuff and instead of saying, it ain't over till it's over. We don't have the office until we got it. You know, he knew. All right, I'm going to turn this ship a little bit sideways and talk about UFO of Interest's latest debunk, according to them. Yet shows no proof of the debunk, which is the way of UFO of Interest. UFO of Interest always calls third phase of moon hoaxers, which they are not. They're not hoaxers. They get information sent to them and they post it as fast as they can. Now, is that a problem? It is and it isn't. It's a problem if you're not third phase of moon. And let me explain. Third phase of moon is like, I'm not saying like the news, but they break stories as fast as possible. And they want you, the public and UFO of Interest, to figure it out. They give us a path of learning without telling us how to. That's right. The best way to learn something is on your own. Could you use a little bit of help? Sure, but that's cutting corners. To do something to completion and to figure something out on your own is the most grateful thing and humbling thing you could ever be as a human, you could ever feel. It is awesome to figure out a puzzle nobody else has figured out. And they just put the stories out there, if I could speak, and they let the public decide. And that's what people like UFO of Interest just can't get over. Okay? But he didn't say it was a hoax. He said in their latest video, the guys of third phase of moon can't explain that pic. Some kind of secret sonic weapon? Nope. That's the wake created by an island as it disrupts the flow of air passing over it. The island is Bovatoya in the South Atlantic. Okay. I'm going to look at something here. Okay. So the island must be right here, and the clouds are going this way, creating this ripple effect that lasts many, many, many miles, right? What I would like UFO of Interest to do is to show the clouds passing over the mountain, the island. And this is something that UFO of Interest fails to do time and time again. He's no better than what third phase of moon is doing, just putting the idea out there. That's all UFO of Interest did. He didn't prove it. He did not prove it. He just said, it is this. And that's worse than what third phase of moon did, because third phase of moon didn't say this is definitely from a craft. They just put the idea out there, like, how does this wave happen in the sky in clouds? Could it be some sort of, meta propulsion craft? It could have been. It could have been sound technology. Maybe that's how the propulsion system works, and it creates these waves in the clouds. That's why they're doing it. I understand the most logical explanation is clouds passing over a mountain or near it. But show it. Show it, UFO of Interest. You don't do that. And you rarely do. You're taking full credit for something you can't prove or haven't proved. So if I was to give you a mark for your debunking of a third phase UFO, third phase of moon video, I would have to give you a D. For don't do it this way. You, the burden of proof is on you if you want to debunk it, is it? Yeah, I think it is, right? Third phase of moon doesn't owe you an explanation. They're putting it out there in question. What is it? We don't know. We've seen it before once or twice over the years. But what creates a ripple effect like this? If anybody's a weatherman or meteorologist or works at a weather station or whatever, please let us know. And you know who got back to them? UFO of Interest. The most logical, he may be right, UFO of interest, but he hasn't proven it. And that's my point. That's all we ask for. You want to call them out? You need to be called out. What you did was equal to what they did. And I'm not saying it's good or bad. It's just incomplete. It's incomplete. Actually, it is bad. Because Third Phase of Moon did it right. They posted the video and posed every question what it could be. They don't know, they said. If anybody knows, let us know. That's how you do it. I would like to have seen an answer when Third Phase of Moon put it up, but maybe they looked for it and couldn't find it. So that's what they do. They put stuff out as soon as it hits the internet or their mail. And they put it out if they think it's worthy of being talked about. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not being a hoaxer. Although I would like to see, a lot of these things figured out, but they don't do anything wrong. They're not posting fake stuff. They're not saying it's fake. They're not saying it's real. They're saying they don't know. And they do that all the time. That's why there's a lot less people going after Third Phase of Moon. Because they're doing it right. And it's taken a while for people to see that. 5 frickin' years. Hey, it took me a couple. Speaking of UFO debunking, I've got to show you what somebody sent this to Mick West. This is unbelievable. Did I show this already? Watch. Somebody sent this to him. Magnification is UFO's doom. And it is. That's why we see a lot of Tic Tacs. Because somebody sent this to Mick West and said it was a UFO. Now, could they be joking? Maybe. But a lot of these things are being called Tic Tacs because they're out of focus. And you don't get to see either an airplane's wings or the protrusions coming off these things. You know what I mean? So when they're a distance away or out of focus, they could look just like a Tic Tac. Yeah, this doesn't do a great job of it. But that's what Mick West was talking about. It's amazing. The guy gets all these views, and he's debunking blimps. It's beautiful. Just beautiful. Unbelievable. Oh, by the way, did you know Greta Thunberg is 18 now? And Ben Shapiro heard her speaking in a wonderful language. Have you heard her speak lately? She's actually like an activist thing now.
No more blah, blah, blah.
No more blah, blah, blah. That was the speech she gave. About blah, blah, blah. She doesn't like the government is saying blah, blah, blah about everything because she can't tell us the details. She is the brightest bulb on the woke tree.
No more whatever the they're doing inside there.
Oh, she cursed. No more blah, blah, blah. I want an Oompa Loompa Daddy. I want it now. Like Joe Biden, when asked about Greta Thunberg and all this nonsense, I'll never get over it. I'll never get over the old people who are actually charged with balancing the competing interests. And then never watch what they say, watch what they do. Actually act like rational human beings when it comes to, say, pumping gas because people need gas to get in their cars and go to work and such. I'll never get over the old people humoring this. F*** you, old man. Why aren't you doing what I say? You bastard. What? No more blah, blah, blah. And Joe Biden's like, I understand what you're saying. And also, I would like to sniff your hair. Like, I don't want you to sniff my hair, old man. Blah, blah. No more blah, blah, blah.
Howard Stern is still talking. I haven't listened to Stern in 5 years.
We say no more blah, blah, blah.
Yep. When Howard Stern was talking about Trump the way he did, every show was about Trump. And I just couldn't listen to it. I did for a while. And the lies that were coming out of Howard Stern, I'm like, this guy's totally changed. I can't listen to him. I just can't. And I haven't. I can't listen to somebody like that. Hold on. We just talked about that video. Yeah, I didn't put it up last night. Third phase UFO report. Where is it? I'm looking for... Is it last night? It can't be that. All right, now I'm a little pissed. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let's move on. No more blah, blah, blah. Here's another one from Mick West. Government officials, he says, said privately that there was no evidence of Russia or Chinese advanced technology in use, much less space-traveling aliens, in the information collected. Yeah. This was by Julian Barnes. So it's just the announcement of that office, the release of a report in June that failed to provide explanations of 143 sightings of strange phenomena by military pilots and others over the past 2 decades. The report frustrated some inside intelligence community. The report frustrated some inside the intelligence community who believed more analysis and research should have been done to try to categorize and explain the phenomena. Releasing a report that said the sightings were unexplained further drove theories that the videos or pictures could have been visitors from space, a theory that few in the U.S. government take seriously. Who cares? We already talked about it. You're a day behind on that. All right. What is this? Oh my God, Jeremy Corbell. Hold on. Before we get to Corbell, let's look at what our friend UFO Jesus said about Elizondo and the threat on the office may not go through. The threat. Hold on. Why isn't it playing? Here we go. Hold on.
2 hours ago, Lue Elizondo tweeted out, "Contact your representatives."
Yeah, we know. I can't have him that. We gotta fair use this.
Upon a development that has occurred basically last night and has been exploding on UFO Twitter and is the talk of the town. Giving my own commentary, I think, would not be all that helpful. As Congress debates, memo by Pentagon number 2 says...
I already read that. USD for I'm not too sure I care about what he says, to be honest.
Lue Elizondo comments on this development on Twitter. Important update. Before anyone gets too excited about the recent Pentagon announcement of a new UAP group, please consider the following. A. USDI is precisely the same organization that has underplayed and tried to kill the UAP effort.
I already talked about
work
this.
with our international partners. 3.
Right. I never. 2. USDI is an oversight organization and non-operational. Right. They oversee everything. C. Nowhere is there a requirement to provide unclassified findings to Congress or work with our international partners. Wait, what? Wait a second. Lue said earlier, the reason we're having this office is to work with our allies and compare notes on the UAP. Nowhere is there a requirement to provide unclassified findings to Congress or work with our international partners. What? That's the opposite of everything he said. Oh my God. 3. Given that elements still exist in the Pentagon, people who really don't want UAPs to exist in our world, still exist in the Pentagon who are actively underplaying the significance of this topic. This is akin to giving an alcoholic the key and control to the liquor cabinet. Because, Lou, there is no threat. Because they know what you're doing. They know what you're about. Lue can't be trusted. Look, Lue is doing what Lue has to do, whatever Lue and his narrative need to do. And the government doesn't like it. Why they don't like Lue doing this? Because is he going to turn over a stone and find something that we don't know about, that aliens are demons? If you want to hear a show about whether aliens are demons or not, go over to Alien Addict and listen to the show we did Saturday or Friday or whatever day that was. All right, what's next? 4, if you want to maintain UAP UFO secrecy, this is exactly how to do it. Yep. And then 5, so Lue is blaming, he's already putting blame on the USDI if that Astro office doesn't come to fruition. 5, this is a direct and blatant attempt to circumvent and undermine the Senate and others. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know why. Why am I siding with the government on this? Do I really not like Lue? Please, please, please contact your representatives and let them know this is unacceptable and not in the best interest of the American people. Why? Why isn't it in the best interest of us American people? Why? What's so bad about it? My life has been fine not knowing anything at all. Nothing about this office, being there or not, will affect me either way. The only way it affects me is because it affects GoofOn and it affects what we stand for, and that is the truth and the truth. All right. Let's hear some more. What is this? Secretary Johnson. What is this from? Who is this?
Secretary of Defense
Kathleen Johnson says, I see that Lue Elizondo has arrived to offer a critique of Department Secretary of Defense Kathleen Hicks's new UAP scheme announced yesterday, and to contrast it with the Gillibrand-Rubio amendment that is currently in end-stage negotiations on Capitol Hill.
Politico, Brian Bender gets into the melee. Tweets by Brian Bender, 11:30 a.m. Eastern, Wednesday, November 24th, 2021. Spoke to Ruben Gallego this morning about the memo last night from @DepSecDef memo, creating a new Pentagon office to study UAPs. He maintains it is a sign that the issue is being taken more seriously, but it does not obviate the need for legislation to provide more authorities and resources and direction for the government to actively collect and analyze these reports. He said he spoke to Senator Gillibrand this morning about their proposal in the House and Senate versions of the National Defense Authorization Act, and they agreed to work together to get
some form of their legislation into the final bill in December. 3, he highlighted that her amendment has more teeth, including when it comes to access to resources to do the job, and he supports that. All right. Got it. And what's this?
That. Journalist Jazz Shaw opines, still haven't gotten an answer from the DOD, but I don't think it's necessarily a turf war.
But it's concerning that they are saying the new office would immediately absorb the duties of the UAPTF. Surely they are aware of Gillibrand's amendment. They are hyper aware of it, says D. Dean Johnson. Hicks's memo was released yesterday at a moment exquisitely calculated to maximize chances of derailing negotiations over Gillibrand-Rubio. But I wouldn't go so far as to say that AOI-MSG really stands for an office intended mainly to stop Gillibrand. That is beautiful. Beautiful. What does he have to say about that?
Flux, but I will say this. With this development of the institution of the AOI-MSG, I relate it to maybe a little serving of pudding. Not that there's anything wrong with pudding. I can enjoy a little cup of pudding. But the
You are pudding. And Jell-O.
Gillibrand-Rubio amendment is like the $150 Vegas buffet, where you spend about an hour getting a food coma and really getting your money's worth and enjoying life, as it were. The Gillibrand-Rubio amendment comprises, among other things, that is the requesting of the following information. In other words, it just has a lot more teeth. The scientists who will have to get security clearances to assist with...
All right, I can't go on with that. Not interested anymore. We heard from the bullhorn of UFO Twitter. That is UFO Jesus, the bullhorn. The blowhard? Don't say that. He's not a blowhard. He is? Let's see what's going on. No, we don't want that one. Let's check what Joe Merja has to say. Bigelow has not said UFOs represent demons. Have you heard of this? Have you heard of this? Bigelow has not said UFOs represent demons. I remember that interview, says Position Size, but they are right. It's demons. Even Bigelow said it's demons, and he is studying demonology. Why the hell a billionaire like Bigelow studying demonology? I am a big ET believer, but some of these are demons. Jesus. Oh my God. I can't believe what I'm hearing coming out of UFO Twitter. That was a Freudian slip like I've never seen. Absolutely, I can't help it. I've been Bidenized. They got me. They got me. Ma! Bida balls, quick. What was I going to do? I was just going to get something that was important to the conversation. Oh, yeah. All right, hold on a sec. Hold on a second, ladies and gents, ladies and germs. Let's get something straight here. Aliens are demons, huh? All right. Let's see. I don't want to hear what I have to say.
Joshua.
Where is it?
The madness was just dribbling.
What's that?
So when I first met you on the show, you know, you were talking to me about, and you showed me there's pictures on the first interview that I had with you where you're next to Travis Walton, Ray Hernandez. You put me on to Ray Hernandez, who is coming back on the show in December.
It's called Iconic.
Oh, that's good. I like it. Yeah, I like it. I don't know where I am with David Icke. You know, I think sometimes he speaks some actual common sense about the world we live in, but then sometimes I think the guy's just plain bonkers.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. But that's what you're going to get, aren't you? When you're fucking with these sort of subjects, you're going to get some craziness amongst everything, even this show.
Well, definitely 100. If you're talking about aliens and UFOs, there's always going to be craziness, mate. Always. But it doesn't make it any less. It doesn't make it any less interesting. It's always going to be interesting.
Absolutely not.
But it's not good if you talk for 3 hours just about Cobb's Wallop.
But right, well, what do you think?
What do I think?
Yeah, where are you on aliens now? I don't think you should be alien addict anymore. I think you should be like alien in recovery.
Do you know? It's the oddities in my life, and it's mainly from seeing and people.
Your wife, Ollie. That's not very nice.
It's my wife. You know this about me. I see the number 33 all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But now,
all right. The reason I played that, because nobody really has an answer about aliens and demons. Nobody. But when Lue, on the very first season of Unidentified, episode 4, the last 6 minutes, Lue was talking to one of his higher-ups and was asking if he could have access to a certain thing, a certain file. And the higher-up says to Lue, no, because, Lue, they're demons. And Lue blinked, couldn't speak, and he said, demons? Yeah, Lue, they're demons, and I ain't gonna open up that can of worms just so you can go poking around out there. I'm doing you a favor, Lue. Right there, Lue knew it was time to quit. A-tip, that is, and move to Beverly Hills, that is, where all the liars, cheaters, hobos, snake oil salesmen thrive. Except for Lue. Lue was walking around in a city that was rife with deceit. Aliens, he kept saying out loud. Aliens are demons. Aliens are demons. Demons are aliens. Go check out that Alien Addict show and hear what we can't say because we don't know. Who knows? But in that episode, that guy said they're demons, Lue. Lue said this. We didn't hear it from the guy, but Lue said that. That's Lue's story. That was the final straw on Lue leaving a tip, 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 tap, tap, tap. It's a very fine world we live in, isn't it? Where everything is a lie and nothing is the truth. There's just pieces of truth. Do you really need to know if aliens are existing around us? Do you really need to know? No, nobody needs to know anything. And sometimes I do this show, or before I do the show, and I sit there and I'm trying to think of a topic to talk about, and I'm like, I got nothing. But Lue and Jeremy Corbell and the cast of characters will keep supplying enough just so we can survive. I'm feeding off of them, and so on and so forth. That's what it feels like. And I feel like I'm spinning my wheels. We really are. Well, what can we do? There's nothing contact our representatives. Go ahead, try it. I've done it. Nobody gets back to you. And if they do get back to you, please record that conversation if you're allowed to in your state. Let me pull up Jeremy Corbell for a minute, because this guy, God almighty, he says, time to get the word out. Time to get the world out. That's what it says. Thanks to a TMZ for helping to raise awareness about the UAP UFO topic. There's a longer version of this interview where we went over more points. Hopefully that will come out later today or tomorrow. So guess what? They're starting to go out in public again. You understand? They're starting it. Lue, Jeremy, everybody. They're starting to go back to mainstream media. Maybe we're off a few days or weeks about that big announcement. Maybe it'll come tomorrow while we're all stuffing our faces of guilt. Right? Aren't we all stuffing our faces full of guilt? Because we stole the land. How dare you? Well, here's Jeremy talking out his pie hole again about you know what. And let me see something here. 3, 2, and a goosh.
So what do you think about this?
Oh, man. George Knapp and I warned you. We warned everybody about this, that there would be pushback by the Pentagon and the DOD. Any other day in history, this announcement appears encouraging. But it really, what this announcement is a weaponized attempt.
Shut the wait a minute. Is this the announcement? Is this the announcement? No. This is not what's propelling us 20 years forward in our time. Oh my God, he says weaponize. I really...
to undercut the congressional support for the UFO or UAP legislation and the amendment that was just put forward from the National Defense Authorization Act. So this is a power grab by the Pentagon, and it was a sneak attack. You know, there's been this cone of silence for over...
What about your power grab? What about you? Taking advantage of the American people, the world, putting out your fake UFO videos. Oh, what a son of a... What a hypocrite. Him and his Jesus palms and his graying, thinning head of hair.
For 80 years.
And brain.
And this Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence, which is where this new program was just named from, is the same organization that tried to kill the UAP efforts for.
Oh my God, that's the same as Lue Elizondo saying he's going to help, bring disclosure or the truth forward. It's the same thing. You're doing the same exact thing, you POS hypocrite. What a lying succotash. Oh my God, I can't believe what I'm hearing. This is amazing. I haven't listened to it yet. I always save the goods for you guys, always. Real reactions. They are.
For all these years, they've constantly lied about it to the American public.
So we're supposed to believe Lue, who is a counterintelligence agent, who is trained to lie, who is working in a place where they've lied for 77 plus years. How are we supposed to believe anybody? Come on, Jeremy. Oh my God, I can't believe what I'm hearing. This is gold. This is absolute hypocritical gold. Oh, it's okay for Lue and the government to come out and say, hey, these 3 videos, when in fact, no, there's nothing in those 3 videos. Except blob, fuzzy, and nothing. Oh my God, and his bokeh and his stupid stories that match up with nothing? Oh, there's 14 UFOs. We only see 3 dots? Where's the rest of them? Well, they're there. Well, show us. Well, there's a whole fleet of them over there. Show us. They show us 1 in that stupid F-18 video. The gimbal. Go fast. Bluetooth. God, I can't stand the hypocrites. I can't stand it.
And they have, persecuted witnesses. They encourage classification for this stuff that is over the top. And honestly, they're only looking at incursions in special use areas.
So are you! So are you! You're only looking at UAPs. You're not looking at what the civilians and the public have. No. Oh, they're only looking at a certain piece. So are you! Oh my God. This is the dumbest thing. They act like we weren't even alive when all this stuff happened the last year or 2. They act like we're not even like we don't have a brain to remember what they said, what they do. Oh my God, I am so embarrassed for Jeremy Corbell, but I'm glad it's happening. This is the biggest hypocrite noise I've heard in a long time, very long time. How can you trust somebody? How can you trust these people? Yeah, same with you, Bubba. Same with you.
This is not what we have been fighting for. We have been fighting for what is right now being proposed by Senator Gillibrand and all of those amendments we're seeing being looked at by Congress right now.
Go to TMZ if you want to watch the rest of the hypocrite. I can't play anymore. I've already played too much. Unbelievable, right? It really is. It's unbelievable. I want to listen to it again.
Now, so basically,
it won't let me go back. Here, let's listen to the hypocrite.
UAP legislation and the amendment that was just put forward from the National Defense Authorization Act. So this is a power grab by the Pentagon, and it was
talk about power grabs.
There's been this cone of silence for over 80 years, and this Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence, which is where this new program was just named from, is the same organization that tried to kill the UAP efforts for all these years.
And you tried to kill every person who's ever put a UFO video up by showing us non-UFO videos and saying, here's a fleet of, it's a pyramid of it's an object. They look like pyramids, and they were attacking the Russell. They weren't really attacking them, but, there were 14 of them. And eventually we'll get you radar. There's radar that follows this. And then they show us the radar video weeks later. And what'd we see? 3, 4 dots. I didn't see 14 Forget it. Power grab, all that stuff. That's your job, Corbell. Him and his Jesus hands and his receding hairline. Before you know it, he's going to be just like Wilcock. Wait, this just in. Jeremy Corbell has changed his name to... You got to be kidding me. Jeremy Lockyer Ski-Had Corbell Wilcock? I didn't catch that. It was breaking up. But Corbell now has 5 names. Now it is Jeremy Wilcock we're supposed to call him. No more Corbell. Well, that's going to hurt the industry. Unbelievable. The news just breaks as we're doing the show. I can't believe it. Yep. I can't believe it. We're in trouble. We are in trouble. Yeah, there's some good things happening around the UFO field. Grant Cameron posted something today on Twitter. And it says NSA FOIA, which is FOIA request, or FOIA. It's a reply to Bob Pratt regarding their records on a 1967 incident where a Cuban MiG-21 disintegrated after locking on and attempting to shoot down a UFO. Does anyone think this will be part of the big disclosure? So Grant, who I think has gotten a little bit detached from reality. I think he has. He's gotten a little detached from reality. But, hey, the guy did nuts and bolts for 30 years. Now he's doing fairies and pixie dust. Let him go. So this is a nice change of pace for Grant. Nice to see him doing some research. But let's read the letter. Take a look here. I don't know if you can see it, but it says, Dear Mr. Pratt, this replies to your letter dated January 13th, 1978 and received by this office on January 17, 1978, in which you request certain information from this agency. The fact of the existence or non-existence of information of the kind you request is a properly classified matter under criteria set forth in paragraph 2-303, Department of Defense Regulations 5200-1-R, which implements Executive Order 1-1652. Thus, your request is denied, as any information encompassed by your request, if such existed, would be exempt under Title 5 USC 552B1 as a matter properly classified in its entirety pursuant to Executive Order 11652 and DoD Regulations 5200.1-R. In addition, this agency is precluded by law from providing information concerning its classified activities except to those persons authorized to receive such information. The President and the heads of department or agencies expressly designated by the President may authorize the persons who can receive classified information. This agency has no classified information concerning intelligence activities, exempts matters which are specifically protected from disclosure by statute. All right, we get it. So denied, got it. Denied. But at least he's trying. People are trying to share good information. Poor Grant. Yeah, I feel a little bad. No, I don't. He's a man of his own accord. What? Oh, I have this video I want to show you. This is interesting. I don't know who sent this to me. I think it was B. Baker, Coralan, somebody. I forget. These 5 mysterious out-of-place artifacts are unexplainable. This comes from History and Mythology. Just over 1,000 subscribers. So let's take a dance through this video and see what we shouldn't see.
Hello friends, welcome to History and Mythology. In today's video, which is not at all explainable, why they exist.
What is this? The DARPA stones, this the circle stone, this the stone of Ra, yeah, I think we know what's coming up. 500,000 years of... It's an old spark plug. I think they debunked that, right?
And how their existence is possible with reference to the... While drilling the coal coking spectrum. While drilling the coal coking spectrum named J3 Sukhodolsky at a depth of 900 meters from the surface, workers were surprised to find what appears to be the imprint of a wheel above them in the stand-alone roof of the tunnel that they had just excavated. This Carboniferous rock, aged between 360 to 300 million years ago, suggesting a possible age of the imprint.
Thank God for closed caption, right? What's this next one? What is this?
Shaped ceramic metallic shaft and copper components hint at some form of electrical instrument. The closest modern apparatus that researchers have been able to equate it with is a spark plug. The Kozo artifact is an object claimed by its discoverer to be a spark plug encased in a lump of hard clay or rock.
Wow. Well, that's interesting. I'll put the link to this video in the description. I don't want to, use someone else's stuff there. What else do I got here? No, we already played that. We already did that. Did that. So I was supposed to but I don't know if I should tonight. Damn it. Yesterday we talked about, hold on, let me see something here. Hold on a second. All right, here's what I need. All right. Good. Got it. Hold on. I forgot to check something during the show. I can't be that rude, can I? I don't want to be. Oh, wow. I'm glad I checked. Victor Charles Christie sent a $14 PayPal. Says, doing a great job. Keep pimping that shit. Thank you very much, man. That's a PayPal drop during the show. Thank you very much. I thought I heard that come in. I didn't want to be rude. And I guess I missed some super chats, so I want to go back and see what I missed. Just taking a small... Oh, it is time? It is time. All right, let me get the... see what I missed here. I don't want to miss anybody's super chat, so I'm going to go over them just to make sure I got the right stuff. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's see. So we got Lee. The $2 Tic Tac was Lue's suppository. Alfie Joe Bob with the $5 Cool Whip on my turkey meatballs. Yum, yum, good. Oh, no. I missed that. Sorry about that, Alfie Joe Bob. But thank you very much. That is a Alfie Joe Bob Mucho Gusto Generoso. Let's do this one for Alfie Joe Bob. Thank you very much. Don't want to forget you guys. Never. Dorothy Hawkins with the $5 super chat says, glad you're covering this tonight. Thank you, Dorothy, with another $5 and a continuing supporter of Goofon. We'll give you that one. And then I see another one. What are you guys? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Thank you. Mucho Gusto Generoso, Alfie Joe Bob and Dorothy Hawkins. Black Lotus Productions with a $5 super chat. Careful, Rich. He says, I'm learning something here. Nah. Yeah, I was on their show the other night, Sunday. And he said that, when I come on Goofon, I learned something when I'm there. And I'm like, you do? You really? William Bridges and Hellfire Studio. Well, I think I got those. Oh, wait a second. Oh, those are last night's. Okay, I went in. They look similar here. Okay, so that covers everybody. And I did want to give Black Lotus their coverage here. Let's do... I don't know which one to do. We'll do this one. Mucho gusto generoso to the super chatter. So thank you guys. Appreciate that. Now I'm a little bit upset. You know, I can't find something I need to find. But tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Like I said, there will be a show. And I hope you guys can make it. Huh? They're already turning on the music? Oh, I see. It's time. Yeah, it is time. It is. It's always time. But I do want to thank everybody for hanging out tonight. Seriously. Beautiful. I want to thank the moderators and super chatters for all the help and all the support you guys give to GoofOn. If without you doing this with your, putting your time in and your support keeps GoofOn going 6 days a week. And I also want to thank the veterans and the newcomers, because without you guys coming along, the show doesn't grow, and we're doing nicely. I'm really proud of the support from the newcomers. Just don't forget to like, share, and subscribe as well. You know, once you subscribe, you'll get all notifications for everything GoofOn. So I appreciate that. And I want to thank the patrons. And believe me, there is a video coming extremely soon. You may be surprised. And I want to thank everybody who supports that way too. And we'll be back tomorrow night, but we may not be. But if we are, it's 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, right here on YouTube. I'm Rich Giordano for GoofOn, where we are Truthology for Ufology. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours, and we'll see you next time. I think we should. Bye-bye.
The question is, what was that UFO?
Around the bright light. A spiraling sky. Around the bright light.